I've just been talking and talking and talking. Oh my gosh. Okay, all right, let's get started again. Sorry about that, guys. Hello, this is Caroline. I forgot to turn on the sound. Okay, now I'm turning on the sound again. Okay, let's see. So say hello in the chat field and let me know if there's sound, please. All right, so thank you so much for joining. Agenda today. I'm going to talk about the video that I released on Tuesday. If you have any questions about anything related to this YouTube channel, please do let me know right now, and we will talk about the video I released on Tuesday. Hopefully y'all saw that. I've got some really exciting PPE updates that happened to me over Labor Day weekend and yesterday. So PPE, personal protective equipment, some pretty exciting stuff happened. I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about my Labor Day weekend, what I did. So tell me what you did over your Labor Day weekend. All right. Y'all are really quiet on this chat. Hopefully there's not two chats going. Hopefully it's just one chat and it's going. I do have a Raspberry Pi project I'm going to talk about. I posted this on, posted a picture. It's toilet paper. It's related to toilet paper and toilet paper management. All right. So we're going to talk about that this week. And then I'm going to talk about what I did. I did a green screen project. I've never done green screen before. Very first time doing green screen. I'll tell you about some green screen experimentation I did over the weekend, over the Labor Day weekend. And I am going to reveal next week's video at the end of this show. All right. So hello, everybody. Say hi. Nobody's saying hi. Say hi. Where is everybody? Okay, I can see y'all. I can see you, concurrent viewers. I know you guys are on. Okay, all right. So next, let's see. All right, so on Tuesday, 2 days ago, I released my video, top 5 uses for Raspberry Pi. I hope you saw it. I hope you enjoyed it. If you missed it, I'm going to give you the link right now in the chat field. And I am going to paste it in here. All right, so okay, you can see my chat. Okay, anyway, if you've missed the Tuesday video, that is the video I released, top 5 uses for Raspberry Pi. It's not based on any scientific data. This is just me and my observations in looking at Raspberry Pi projects. I've been doing, this show, looking at Raspberry Pi projects for this show for 6 months now. Y'all, this is like, my 25th episode of doing this. So, and this is just based on my experience of this show. All righty. Am I on the right chat field? Okay. All right. Moving on. Hopefully I am on the correct chat stream here. All right. And I still don't see anybody responding back. So now I'm a little bit nervous that there is another thing going on here that I don't know about. All right. So hopefully I'm not having more technical difficulties. Okay. So next is, let's talk about PPE, my PPE update. So spent a lot of time fixing my 3D printer. I volunteer with an organization called Atlanta Beats COVID, and that landed me on a car commercial, which you see here in my little PowerPoint presentation of me making face shields. And anyway, so that car commercial ran for about 2 weeks. It ran for, a long time. So that seemed like a long time to me. And actually my friends who didn't know I was in the car commercial actually saw me and was like, took a picture and said, "Hey, is that you, Caroline?" I was like, "Yeah, it's me. Oh my goodness. Yes." All right. So, that was a fundraiser for Atlanta Beats COVID. And as part of that fundraiser, we held a shield-a-thon where we went to the location, the dealership that was sponsoring us, and we gave out free face shields to anybody who walked up. and people came and they wanted free face shields. It was really cool to meet people in the community and give them free face shields and, just an extra level of protection. So this is not a replacement for face masks. We do wear face masks. If you look at my pictures, I do wear a face mask, and then now I'm wearing a face shield. And that takes me to my next slide that already is on here, and that is the check presentation ceremony. Yesterday, the dealership is actually 18 dealerships that sponsored us. They gave us a huge check. This is the biggest donation for Atlanta Beats COVID in our history. Well, we've been around since March. In the history, largest single donation. It came from Jim Ellis, and we had a check presentation ceremony. Yes, there is a really large check in the picture that I am showing. We did not take that to the bank. It was kind of a Happy Gilmore moment for me. It was kind of cool. Anyway, we did a check presentation ceremony. We did not get to keep that big poster that you see that looks like a check. They actually did give us a real check that we are taking to the bank right now, and we are going to cash that check, and that's going to be the biggest donation biggest single donation we have received for Atlanta Beats COVID. So we're going to be able to do so much for our community based on that donation. So anyway, thank you very much to Jim Ellis dealerships, 18 dealerships in Atlanta. So thank you very much, Jim Ellis, for sponsoring Atlanta Beats COVID. All right. So that was really exciting for me. Oh my goodness. It was very Happy Gilmore-ish. Okay. Let's see. I think there is something wrong with my stream, y'all. Oh my gosh, because nobody's saying anything. And if you all are saying something, I can't see it. There's something. So I'm just going to keep on going on here. All right. So next is a Raspberry Pi project that I'm working on. I'm working on it for Tom's Hardware. So hopefully it will get published before next week, and I will share it on my feed, of course, if and when it gets published on Tom's Hardware. But for you guys today, I have a special preview of my toilet paper level reminder. Essentially this project, and I have it right here. It's really hard to see though. Okay, let's see if I can make this one screen here. All right, so this is a Raspberry Pi on top and a breadboard and a ultrasonic sensor on the bottom. And so the ultrasonic sensor has to be perpendicular to the toilet paper. And then it depending on how much toilet paper you have in here, it can tell the distance using this ultrasonic sensor. All right, but here, spoiler alert here on the way this actually works. The problem is that I don't know how familiar you guys are with an ultrasonic sensor. The way an ultrasonic sensor works, it's not a camera. All right, that's good because it's in the bathroom. We don't need cameras in the bathroom. But it sends out a sound, an ultrasonic sound, and then it bounces off something, and then it tells you the distance based on when it receives that sound back. Here's the problem. Toilet paper absorbs sound. It absorbs a lot of things. So it was actually not a good use case for an ultrasonic sensor, to be honest. So what I did was I printed a toilet paper topper. And that is actually what tells the ultrasonic sensor how tall the toilet paper is in there. So I 3D printed this. You could, get out a piece of cardboard and cut this out of cardboard. But the idea is that you have your toilet paper and you just put this on top. The other problem with the ultrasonic sensor is that what if it was pointed in the hole and then it thought it was empty when it really wasn't empty? So you really did need a topper in order for this to work. So I've been working on this toilet paper sensor level reminder for the last week or so, and basically I've been measuring with my ultrasonic sensor how tall the toilet paper is, and then I decided to use Mailgun because it was just super simple. They gave you all the sample code, everything. In a previous video for something else for this CarolineLIVE show, I actually set up SES, simple email service with AWS. Okay, Mailgun seemed like it was a lot easier to use. So anyway, copy and pasted the code And now I'm sending myself an email every hour. If this thing is empty, I get an email every hour telling me, hey, your toilet paper holder is empty. So I was thinking the way that you would use this is, this would be for people with more than one bathroom, first of all. So if you are managing, if your house has 2 to 3 bathrooms and you've got a lot of people, kids, adults, everybody going through the house and everybody using the toilet paper, and they take this is probably right next to the toilet. So, that they can probably, they can replace that, and then it gets empty and you're not managing it. Now you've got a notification. And the way the notifications work, I was a little bit concerned about, hey, what if you were, just changing the toilet paper, putting in toilet paper, would it just to have too many false positives? What I did was I decided to space out the checks, the checking of the distance, checking of how much toilet paper you have by 30 minutes. So you have to have 2 checks, two distance checks, 30 minutes apart. They both have to come back empty for you to receive an email. That doesn't eliminate, but it does highly, highly remove the possibility that you're going to get a false positive. Now, on the other hand, then that, gives you more false negatives, right? So it could take an hour and a half or an hour for you to get an email saying, hey, your toilet paper thing is empty. So that's the trade-off. But I thought it would be better to have fewer emails than more emails, more false negatives than more false positives for this project. So anyway, I am working on that right now, and hopefully I will get that published, and I will send it out on my feed if and when it gets published. So please do check it out and let me know what you think. All right. Okay, let's see. So that is my Raspberry Pi project, or one of my Raspberry Pi projects I want to talk about this week. So next is, I did talk about this 2 weeks ago. It's an iPad Pro connected to a Raspberry Pi. And this tutorial, it's a full tutorial. It's posted in the current Magpie magazine that's out right now. It is a free download to get that magazine. And I'm going to copy and paste it here, but I don't know if y'all can see this, so because I think I'm having more technical problems. But anyway, Magpie HE97, you can get the full tutorial. Anyway, I brought this up a few weeks ago, and so I have to show y'all today. Hopefully I don't mess this up. Let's see. I have this to show you guys today. There is my iPad Pro, and it's hooked up to my Raspberry Pi 4. And it is my iPad is now powering my Raspberry Pi 4, and it is also the keyboard and mouse for my Raspberry Pi 4 and the screen. So anyway, for this tutorial, if you want to do this at home, you got to start with the Raspberry Pi 4. You need an iPad Pro, okay, because it's got that USB-C. And then you need a cable. You need a USB-C to USB-C cable for this to work. So you need 3 things for this to work. And so here's kind of the behind the scenes kind of tough part about doing this project. It is that it's the connection is actually VNC viewer. VNC viewer is the actual connection that you're using. So the problem with that is that you're using the touchscreen, but not using the touchscreen. You still have a mouse. So the only way for this to work properly is there is a mouse, but your finger, you have to move the mouse cursor. So you always have to look where the mouse cursor is, and then your finger is actually what is controlling that mouse cursor. So it's always, for me, I haven't gotten the hang of it yet. All right. Granted, I've been doing this for, a couple hours. So, but yeah, I had a really, really tough time trying to move that mouse cursor on a touchpad to try to control my Raspberry Pi 4. So is it a very practical solution? For me, no, because I haven't mastered that art of a touchscreen to a mouse thing. And you do have to set it up with a monitor first. You can't just boot up your Raspberry Pi straight into your iPad. So it doesn't just completely eliminate having a separate monitor, keyboard, and mouse. So that was the bad news about that. But I did do that project. If y'all are interested, let me know, and I will, I can do a video about it. So let me know about that. But anyway, that is, let's put this back. Okay. So that is the iPad Pro connected to a Raspberry Pi 4, USB-C to USB-C. Anyway, so check that out. Okay. So next, let's talk about green screens. Okay. I've never done green screen before. All right. And it was Labor Day weekend. I did not go out of town for Labor Day weekend. I was here in Atlanta, and I got this idea in my head, and I was like, what if I made this green screen video of myself? And here's the funniest part. So I don't have a green screen, obviously. I've never done a green screen. I don't have a green screen. So I went to the dollar store and bought this plastic tablecloth, a green plastic tablecloth for $1 for $1. And so, this is, from the dollar store. So this isn't perfect. This isn't the actual right color of green that you need, but it was good enough. So here's a picture of me standing in front of the green screen that I made from a tablecloth. Okay, so this is real. Now let's check out fake. And here I am in beautiful Savannah. First, I'll take a stroll through Johnson Square. Oh, and there's Savannah City Hall. Let me pause for a selfie here. And now I'm walking down East Broughton Street. And no trip to Savannah would be complete without visiting the famous fountain at Forsyth Park. Thanks for joining me for my road trip to Savannah, Georgia. And here, what do y'all think? So that was my, since I didn't go out of town for Labor Day weekend, I went on a virtual vacation. So the scenes in the background that you see for that project are my scenes from Savannah. I was actually in Savannah, I think, right at the beginning of March, right before we had that big shutdown, before, in the US, we just closed down for the pandemic. And so a lot of those scenes I am in. I kind of had to just creatively cut myself out of a video I was already in, only to cut myself back into it with green screen, because I wasn't saying the things I wanted to say when I actually shot the original footage. So this is all new, what I'm saying today. Hey, I'm going on a road trip. And it was really, really ironic making that kind of video. I've never done that before, but I think I will do that more in the future. I think that was really cool to learn about green screens. Never too late to learn more things. Now, how did I learn how to do a green screen video with zero experience? Well, YouTube, of course. I just typed in YouTube. On YouTube, I typed in green screen, how to green screen on Final Cut Pro. I do cut my videos in Final Cut Pro, in case anybody's wondering. And I just watched a couple of videos, and they're really short and sweet. And they were like, okay, here's how you do green screen. This is super easy. Boom, did it. It's literally drag and drop one thing in order to make it, after you get the green screen, after you do the filming and in the editing process on Final Cut Pro, it was literally drag and drop. Boom, I was in Savannah. It was really cool. So anyway, I'm thinking about doing more of those green screen projects going forward, but that was really fun. So if you've done green screen, let me know. All right. So I didn't stop there. I was, so I'm working on this video for Tom's Hardware with the toilet paper, with my toilet paper thing here. All right. So I was like, why don't I green screen myself into a bathroom? So this is not my bathroom. This is hilarious. This is a bathroom I found. Just a bathroom background I found on the internet. This is somebody else's bathroom, and I was like, okay, I'll just be in the bathroom for my video now. So I just went crazy just looking for like really cool backgrounds I could do, and then I started filming. And this is my segue into the last thing, which is there's an Alexa. There is a competition for Alexa conversations, and so I green screened myself in somebody's living room. This is not my home. This is an a background I found somewhere on the internet, a free picture. I green screened myself into somebody's living room, and here I'm doing my introduction for my contest entry. Now you're wondering, what contest am I actually joining here? All right, it's the skills challenge. Yes, there is a competition going on right now, over $100,000 in real money that they're going to give away to the contest winners. I talk about this every week on my show. I am going to enter. I've been working on this my entry for a while now. The deadline to enter this contest is Monday, this coming Monday at 5 p.m. Eastern time. All right, so that brings me to next week's video. Next week's video is going to be my contest entry for this competition. And then next Thursday, I am going to give you guys a demo of my contest entry, the skill I wrote for the contest entry. So I hope you guys will come back next week. I also have a guest star coming back next week, not coming back for the first time. For the first time, I'm going to have a guest speaker on this show next week. The inventor of pie plates is coming on this show. He's going to have a super cool, it is solar powered Raspberry Pi next week. And he's going to do a demo on that. Hopefully, if we can get technology to work. So that is the show for today. I apologize that I'm having technical difficulties and I cannot see the chat, or nobody wanted to say anything this entire time, which I don't think that's the case now. And so thanks for watching. And this has been Projects with Caroline. I'll see you next week. Bye now.